dominating CSR trends to watch. Consumption styles have changed due to the pandemic and their new surroundings since the beginning of COVID-19 physical distancing in March 2020. This also served to divert customers' focus away from all current events, which had previously occupied a large portion of their attention and time. The global health crisis presented physical, emotional, social, and financial issues simultaneously, forcing many individuals to reevaluate their life goals as a result of the catastrophe. As a result of this focus, a worldwide business trend has been developed and magnified. Customers want to know what firms are doing for their communities and want them to take action. It was a tough year for those involved with corporate social responsibility in 2021. At the time, we also witnessed outstanding initiatives taken by businesses and innovative techniques for implementation agencies to carry out CSR projects. The CSR stakeholders maintained their work while following the COVID procedures to the letter. CSR programs aided government policy and COVID relief efforts in unprecedented ways. Here are the 8 major themes that were shaped CSR in 2021. New knowledge must be implemented. COVID year 2020 brought about the almost complete transformation of society. Work has been suspended at many organizations for several months. Those involved in corporate social responsibility, on the other hand, continued their efforts, but with certain variations. With the changing environment came a plethora of fresh information for the agencies in charge of putting the plan into action. They learned how to continue reaching out to communities and aiding them without resorting to massive demonstrations and rallies. Digital adoption has shown to be a lifesaver for many CSR projects, particularly in the education sector. The CSR stakeholders could apply what they had learned during the COVID era to make their CSR projects more future-proof. Implementation agencies advocated for greater use of technology in their work and data collection. Vaccination against COVID to be visible in CSR planning. After a major CSR focus on COVID alleviation measures in 2020, 2021 was when corporations planned COVID immunization for community and supply chain employees as part of their CSR program. Due to the availability of numerous COVID vaccinations on the market, corporations used their CSR funds to purchase COVID vaccines and engage with communities on pre-vaccination and post-vaccination procedures. Support for education was a priority. Aside from health concerns, the COVID epidemic has significantly impacted schooling. Millions of students were unable to complete their studies due to the closure of academic institutions. The likelihood of their dropping out of formal school has grown dramatically due to the disturbance in the academic environment. Businesses are increasingly organizing educational events to help underprivileged pupils. In addition, CSR initiatives focused on a mixed style of learning in which students may learn in a virtual setting. Support for livelihoods was continued. Due to the millions of workers who lost their jobs due to the lockout and slowing economy last year, CSR programs focused on skill development and job-oriented training to help job seekers find new opportunities. In the context of COVID reality, the skill training programs focused on new skills that may assist job searchers in obtaining work in a changing market environment. More partnership with the government. In addition, in 2021, there was a considerably higher degree of coordination between the business world and government agencies on CSR initiatives. Corporates worked closely with government agencies to align their CSR programs with national and state policy for the greater benefit of communities, as the government tweaked significant policies to accommodate growing requirements in the social sector. Cross-organisational planning. The enormous demand for investment to re-energize communities and meet their requirements prompted businesses to band together and launch big CSR projects to solve social concerns on a large scale. Multiple CSR initiatives working in the same industry and on the same subject may be combined to greater impact. A bottom-up strategy was used. In 2021, the influence of implementation agencies and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, in CSR planning and execution increased. This time, the agencies who carry out CSR programs on the ground had a lot more insight into how the project was implemented. Their project management and impact creation experience were heard in CSR project planning and funding distribution. Increased use of CSR funds. Corporates have a moral duty to help communities and individuals in unusual ways. Therefore, CSR funds are expected to see an increase in use. The business and market recovery boosted company morale, and CSR planning and implementation became a major priority.